Hey YouTube, it's Aiden here. I'm not going to play today, but I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of new stuff that I've gotten since I made a video about this last time, which I think was my Edwards T350. So it's been a little bit, and obviously that's gone now, and something new is in its place. You can see the edge of what it is right here. Let's talk about the little stuff first, and then we'll get to the more exciting stuff. So mouthpieces. First of all, these are not actually mine. These are Gabe Langford's 1G 0.312 number 2 backbore Greg Black mouthpieces. I bought one of his mouthpieces. It's not here because it's at work. I bought a regular weight. He has a lightweight, a star weight, and a New York weight mouthpiece. I tried all of them, and I still like the regular weight the most. So now I have two regular weight of the same mouthpiece. I think, for me, that they're the best bass trombone mouthpiece out there right now. And I have a bunch. I'll show you some more in just a second. And I'm actually sending the star weight off to a friend soon. The Greg Black weights are kind of interesting. Like lightweight is obviously lighter. Star weight is the same as regular weight, but it's a different shape, so that makes a difference. And New York weight looks like a Giardinelli mouthpiece, and it's very, very light. For these, I feel like the lighter you go, kind of the less advantages you get from the design of the mouthpiece. So I really don't like the lighter weight ones as much. That's just me. So I got one of these. These ones aren't actually mine, so that's kind of confusing. But I've also bought recently a brand new Bach 5 mouthpiece. I already have a Bach New York 7, super old, and I have a Corporation Bach 3, which is not as old, but very good. Both those mouthpieces I like a lot. The 7 is a little too small, the 3 is a little too big in the rim, and I need something to play my small horn with, so I bought a 5, and it's awesome. So I'm using, for now, a 5. I might buy a new 7, because I think they're just a little bit bigger than my New York. Very happy with this. It's a great purchase. I love the no-letter mouthpiece, or no-letter Bach mouthpieces. Like, my 3 is amazing. My 7 also sounds so good. I really like this 5, so good purchase for like 35 bucks or whatever. Ooh, I grabbed the wrong mouthpiece there. That's fine. I also just bought a Bach 4GB, B standing for Beversdorf, and it's a different rim contour than the normal Bach G series. It's a little sharp. It's kind of like a Christian Lindbergh rim, I feel like. I'm not sure if I'm going to like this. I mainly bought it because it came with a Denniswick 3AL. I don't use any of these, but I want to find a good one because that's what my teacher used to play. He's really good at them. I also got a Bach 6.5A in large shank. This is not it. This is my Bach 3. I just grabbed the wrong mouthpiece. And then I bought Lasky's last 93D. Scott Lasky worked at Schilke Mouthpieces and then started his own company, Lasky Mouthpieces, and has been making them for decades and decades. Made some really amazing stuff. I have a 93D in my drawer and a 95D, which is his largest mouthpiece. Charlie Vernon plays a 95D, for instance. And he recently died, so they're selling off the last of his stock. His family is. And I just happened to buy his very last 93D that they had in stock. It's got a little bit of silver that came out of the back of the cup. But I thought it was kind of cool to get one of these straight from the manufacturer. They're no longer being made. I like the 93D a lot. It's very similar to my Greg Blacks in a lot of ways. I just prefer the Greg Black. So just kind of a mouthpiece for the collection here, and a very good backup to have. Lead pipes. Yeah, I got a lot of lead pipes recently. So I got this Canstool 62 lead pipe. It's very cheap, and it's actually pretty good. I like how it plays. I like how it sounds. I'm not going to use it in my horn because my horn is very different than a 62. But if I get something that would work with this, it'd be really good. This would have been probably really good in my 60H, but that's gone now. I think this is my Bach 50 lead pipe I already had. This is a friend's Edwards 1, so not all of these are new. This is my Edwards Silver lead pipe that I just got back recently. This is my long-term Bach 50 lead pipe. I got a Holton 185 lead pipe. The Holton 185 is a Bach 50-ish instrument made in like 60s and 70s. Pretty famous for being pretty good instruments. And I just got this mouthpiece or lead pipe on a whim, and it's really good. It plays really well. I don't think it sounds quite as good as my 50 lead pipe, but it plays just as well. This would be a great, like, just extra to have sitting around. I want to try it in some more instruments, actually. And then that brings me to my second biggest purchase, which is a brand new Shire's B6278 nickel crook slide. I got a brand new slide. I talked about this a while back. I love my Edwards dual bore slide, but it is so leaky. It's so out of alignment. So many little things wrong with it. And I recently swapped slides with a friend who had a Shire's with the exact same slide as this, and the horn everything was so much easier. It sounded just about the same as Edwards. So I decided to just bite the bullet, buy a brand new slide. So happy with this. The action is amazing. It looks good. And it sounds a little different than the Edwards, but it's kind of in a direction that I wanted to go anyway. And these come with 3 lead pipes. So I chose a B2, a B1.5L, and a B3L. And what I got was a B2 and 2 B2Ls. Not sure why that happened. I'm going to send these back and get the mouthpiece or the lead pipes that I wanted to get. I don't really like the B2L. I've used them before. The B2 is an amazing lead pipe. It's just perfect. I actually used my Bach lead pipe for a bit, but it was actually a little too dark, and the response was just slow enough that I changed to the B2, and I've not really regretted it since. So that's a really big purchase for me. This is the first new large piece of trombone anything that I've ever bought. I know it's kind of mind-blowing. I've gone through a lot of stuff. I've never bought anything new except for this, and this was a really, really good purchase. I'm very happy about this. And then the last thing is, I traded my Edwards T350 for, well, here, we can give it away, a Bach. This is a Bach Artisan A47. Let's check it out. It's got this nice French-style case, which I think is a little different than the 42 cases. I'm not sure, though, because I think they're pretty similar. So it comes with, obviously, a slide and a bell section. Ta-da! The slide is a little different than the 42 slide. It has a brass brace at the top. The normal 42 slide has nickel silver, I think. Obviously, it's marked A47 on here instead of 42. Just a couple of the fittings are a little bit different than the 42 slides. Like the slide lock, I think, is a little different. It's got a soldered-in lead pipe, which is kind of rare for a modular trombone, but it's a really, really good lead pipe, so I don't care. It has a brass bass crook, just like a 42 slide. Single bore, just kind of a very optimized 42 slide. The bell section has a rotor valve, and we'll talk about that in a second. Has a reverse tuning slide, which the 42 has never come with. And I have a counterweight on here from another instrument. Don't worry about that. And then the much lighter than a stock 42 bell with a flat wire bead on the bell. The taper of these bells is also just a little different than the stock 42 taper. The whole thing is modular, so I can take the bell off, put other stuff on. I also got a straight gooseneck with this, so I can play as a straight horn if I put this on. And in typical Bach fashion, this doesn't fit. The threads on these, which are the same as Bowie Thayer, like I have on my bass, don't thread onto this bell. So something's got to get fixed. I've tried it, and I can actually kind of halfway get it on and play it, but I want it to work, and it's very typical Bach to have something like that happen. Like on their very top model instrument, this thing is like $5,000 new. This still doesn't fit. I don't know. I think that's kind of funny. There's all the little lacquer issues, like the valve cap already came with 70% lacquer on it. There's just little fitment issues. There's a ding in the bell. That probably came from the last guy. I'm not worried about that. Just kind of funny that it's not perfect, even though a Shire's, Edwards, or something like that would probably look very good. The lacquer's also just a little ripply. You can kind of see it from an angle. But this horn is one of the best large tenors I have ever played. And I'm not using any hyperbole there at all. It is so good in every register. It's got the best low range of any large tenor I've ever played. I don't know if it's got the best high register, but it's like top 3. It's so good in everything. Now the problem with this, of course, is that this is an A47 MLR. MLR standing for Massimo La Rosa, the principal trombonist who was recently just fired because of sexual molestation of his students and other students. So do not take me playing this as an endorsement of Massimo. It is not an endorsement at all. This horn just happens to be really good. His name is actually on the valve cap, and my plan is to get a new valve cap or just sandpaper his name off of this. I don't really want to be affiliated with him in any way, just I happen to have a horn that he helped design and it's really good. And I am not of the means to, sell this and buy something else that doesn't have his name associated that's still really good. I kind of have to, beggars can't be choosers. And this horn is really good, so I'm going to stick with it. Just so you guys know, I'm not endorsing him in any way. But it happens to be his valve, and I'm going to get this taken off in some way. Thankfully, his name is not on the bell. Consumer did announce that they are not going to endorse him anymore, and they're canceling their partnership, which I think is great. Probably took a little too long to do that, considering the allegations came out a long time ago. But yeah, here's my new tenor. I'm super happy about this. I'm going to have a review about it soon. It's so good. Sounds so good, it's so easy to play. I finally realized what I was missing out on playing with the horns that I did. So there we go, that's the new stuff, Roundup, kind of a lot of stuff. I also got a new Eastman bass trombone case, and a couple other goodies for my work horn, and someday I'll talk about those. So you guys, next time, it's been good.